In 2014, about 7 of us decided to run the New York Marathon, and it snowballed from there.
So we just signed up and thought, well, we'll give this a crack, and it just grew legs, and all of a sudden we had 42 people. Most have never run before, and that became the journey more than anything. That became the inspiration, was the people that were training with us became the inspiration more than me finishing this run.
The training for the New York Marathon was fun because it was with a good group of people. It made it easy to get out of bed at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to go for a long run.
The training was painful. It was every day waking up. That first couple of steps out of bed was just, you know, your body was just screaming at you. The best part about doing the training was that we had a big group of people who really got to know each other and become true friends and push each other along to keep going. I wouldn't think of myself being terribly strong mentally, but yeah, obviously, you know, we just took it week by week, and each week we'd turn up and run those extra Ks until all of a sudden we were running, you know, 35, I think 37 Ks was what we got up to before we left. On the morning of the race, I felt sick.
Scared shitless.
I don't know how many times I cried on race day. I stood back at the start line listening to all the noise that was around me, and I was just overwhelmed with pride of the team, of what we had achieved. From the minute the gun went off, I was sort of thinking, this is it. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm running the New York Marathon. It was, you know, all of it. We just kept running and doing what we'd always done, and I was with some of the people that I'd trained with.
Towards the end of the run, I found Jane Yule, and we probably ran the last 8 kilometres together, and I've never seen someone crankier than Jane was for the last 8 kilometres of the run. And I was trying to get her to enjoy it, and every time I'd say, Jane, look up, enjoy, she'd tell me to shut up. Eventually we got to the last sort of kilometre of the run, and I'm sort of encouraging her to come along, and in about the last 10 metres she basically told me to look left, so I looked, and she ducked right and beat me across the line by 3 seconds, which caused a bit of consternation at the time, but it was pretty funny.
At around 36K, I then started to have to really dig deep, and I had written names of Scott and Glenn, who I also met through MND, and I'd written my 2 kids' names on my arms, and at one stage I was running along holding my arms because I really had to dig deep to forget the pain and to just keep going. And it was then that Sue and Emma, who I was running with, I think picked up on that I was going down a bit, and so then they pulled me up and encouraged me as well. And from then on it was just, let's get this thing, let's get to the finish line, let's get it done, and it was awesome. I remember the poor lady giving me my medal when I crossed the line. I'm sure it would have happened, but I was absolutely fine, and then this complete stranger put a medal around my neck and I burst into tears and was sobbing and snotting and everything. I thought this poor woman would have just gone, oh my God. But yeah, it was pretty amazing. It just, the pain, everything was just forgotten, and it was just this complete state of euphoria, comparable probably only to, you know, having my kids. For how good I felt in that moment, it was pretty incredible.
I've done the Hawaii Ironman, which was a great achievement, but actually doing the New York Marathon was a bigger achievement for myself, and seeing everyone else with those medals around their neck, and seeing how they were at the bar afterwards as well with the big smiles on their face was great.
43 runners started the marathon and 43 legends finished. 1,626 generous people donated to us, and in a total we raised $239,000, which was the highest fundraiser of the Foundation's history.
To me, the New York Marathon is one of the most amazing things I've ever done in my life, with a wonderful group of people.
The New York Marathon, I think, made me a stronger person. It taught me to not give up. I'm willing to back myself a lot more now.
I never ever was a runner growing up. This is a new thing for me. I now feed off the runs to get me through my day. I clear my head. My day is good when I've done a run and I've found my thing. I think that helps me get to the good space. That helps me make me a better mum for the kids and a better friend, and hopefully all of those things rolled into one. And I really, really do put it down to running at the moment. Last year I had an awesome year, which sounds really strange with everything that's happened. It was only the second year since, well, sort of 12 months since Scott passed away, and I can honestly say 2015 was still a great year, and I honestly think it was from the training and building up to going to New York. And I thank everyone who did this New York thing, this crazy idea we had, for giving me a good year.
The heroes are the people with MND. I'm sure that people with MND generally, and in particular Scott, would have, taken a lot of strength from the people that did the run, and they probably would have had a few laughs along the way too, watching Macca try and walk the marathon and Berkey get through it. But get through it they did, and I'm sure he'd be very proud of them. And I would hope that people with MND would be proud of the efforts that were made to assist them.
There are a lot of people that never thought they could finish a marathon. And I suppose there's some people out there that think they can't cure MND, but I'm definitely a big believer a cure is out there, and we're going to keep pushing till we find one.